Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Mantra 7, Adhyaya 6. Tamishwaranam Paramam Maheshwaram Tandevatanam Paramancha Daivatam Patim Patinam Paramam Parastat Vidamadevam Bhuvaneshamidhyam. This mantra is a Vidvad Anubhava. A Jnani expresses his own realization. In many Upanishads, we find such statements where a Brahmajnani comes and says, I have understood the Brahman. I have understood the Brahman as my own self. We find such statements in other Upanishads also, like in Taittiriya Upanishad. Aham Vrakshasya Reriva Kirtif Prashtangireriva Urdhva Pavitro Vajiniva Swamritamasmi Dravinagum Savarchasam Sumedha Amritokshitaha Iti Trishankor Vedanu. In Taittiriya Upanishad, a rishi called Trishanku, he comes and proclaims his Brahmajnana. I am the Brahman. I am the Ishvara. He makes this proclamation. Likewise, in the same Taittiriya Upanishad, there is another occasion. Another Brahmajnani comes and says, Ahamannam 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 Ahamannado hamannado hamannadaha Ahaggashloka kridahagashloka kridahagashloka krita ityadi. It is another proclamation of Brahmajnana. What is the purpose of such statements in the Upanishads? These statements are meant for conveying that Brahmajnana is not a remote impossibility. Often, when people listen to Vedanta, they feel that Brahmajnana is almost next to impossible. Brahmajnana, Upanishads are just for making public talks and writing some books, sometimes even bluffing. Some people have this idea regarding the Upanishad. The Shruti negates such misconceptions. The Upanishads are not just meant for public discourses. Brahmajnana is very much possible. The Shruti itself shows this. Through the words of the rishis, through the words of the Brahmajnanis, and the Brahmajnana that is meant here is not just a paroksha jnana, it is aparoksha jnana. There are two types of knowledges. In fact, any knowledge, the knowledge of anything can be of two types. One is paroksha jnana, another is aparoksha jnana. What is paroksha jnana? Can anybody say? Gotta? Gotta?
It is not ಪರೋಕ್ಷ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದು
which is not immediately present.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿರುವ
ಈ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ
ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾದ ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ವಸ್ತುವಿನ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನ. It may be here, but for you it is paroksha. In your understanding it is paroksha. For example, there is a Swarga. Let us not go as far as Swarga. Let us take a country. There is a country, Vietnam. All of us have heard of Vietnam. When we hear about Vietnam, the understanding of Vietnam that we get is paroksha jnana. It is an indirect knowledge. There is a country called Vietnam. We have not seen it. We have not experienced it. The knowledge of Vietnam is paroksha. At least for me it is paroksha. For some of you it may be aparoksha also. Is there anybody? One, two, oh, not bad. At least for two people, Vietnam aparoksha jnana is there. So it is paroksha jnana when we first heard. Then they went and saw. They went all through Vietnam. I don't know what they did there. Then they came back When they went, perhaps they went with lot of curiosity. I will see this, I will see that. After seeing everything, they might have felt ishtena. I don't know, my imagination. For me, even now, ishtena. Because I know there also you will find some cars, some trees, some buildings, some human beings. That is why I am not keen on going there.
Human skulls.
Huh?
Me and human skulls.
Human skulls are also there.
Feeling feels.
So, paroksha jnana and aparoksha jnana. Aparoksha means it is no longer paroksha for you. You have experienced this directly. It is right in front of you. When you have such a knowledge, it is called aparoksha jnana. Now, generally, when I asked what is paroksha jnana, the answer given was paroksha jnana happens when the object is away from you, whereas aparoksha jnana happens when the object is right in front of you. This seems to be correct at one level, but there is a problem here. For paroksha jnana, it is not necessary that the object has to be away from you. The object may be right here, but your understanding may be paroksha. Yeah. The object may be right here, but your understanding is paroksha jnana. It is possible. The best example is the 10th man example. In Vedanta Shastra, it is a very important example. 10th man, Dashama Drishtanta. There was a guru, and this guru had 10 shishyas. At some point of time, the guru asked the shishyas to cross the river and go to the other side of the river and bring something, maybe some log of wood, I don't know. So go to the other side of the river and bring something for me. In olden days, the gurus would give such sevas to the shishyas in the Gurukula. It was not a fees system. Now you pay money and you study in the school. Earlier it was not so. The students had to stay in the Gurukula, do seva to the Guru, and then study. Then the Guru asked the Shishyas, go to the other shore. There was no bridge. In olden days, there was no bridge. They had to cross the river either by boat or by swimming. Mostly they used to cross by boat, but these were youngsters. Perhaps they were capable of swimming and there was no boat available nearby. So they decided we will cross the river by swimming. They swam across the river. 10 shishyas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After crossing the river, the leader of the shishyas, he told, let me make sure whether all the 10 have crossed or if somebody is missing. Then the leader counted. How many of us are there? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9 are there. Only 9 are there. His heart starts palpitating. Once again he counted. Let me count carefully this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 only are there. Then everybody started, where is the 10th man? They started looking here and there. They looked into the river, whether he is still swimming and coming. Nobody is seen. Then they all started crying, lamenting. Maybe the 10th man disappeared. Some crocodile might have caught the 10th man and eaten. We don't know what happened. Then they were shouting and crying, what will we tell our guru? What will we tell the 10th man's father, the boy's father? Then there was a passerby. He was a little intelligent man compared to these shishyas. Then he asked these people, what is your problem? Why are you shouting? Why are you crying? Then the leader told, when we started we were 10, now we are only 9. One person is missing, that is why we are crying. Then this gentleman understood the problem. Then first he makes a statement, the 10th man is there. Dashamaha asti. The 10th man is there. He has not died. They asked, are you sure? He said, yes. See, now they had a little solace. They got some solace, though not full. Dashamaha asti. There is a 10th man. The 10th of us is there. This knowledge is paroksha jnana. They don't know where he is. They have not found him. Still they know 10th man is there. It is paroksha jnana. Then they asked, where is the 10th man? Please show me. The leader asked. The leader who counted the 9 people earlier, he asked, where is the 10th man? Show me. Then this wise man said, you are the 10th man. Dashamaha tvam asi. You are the 10th. Dashamas tvamasi. Then what he said? Oh, I am the 10th man. Then he counted again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I am the 10th man. Now he got aparoksha jnana. The 10th man aparoksha jnana. So from this example conveys many things with respect to Vedanta. So many ideas that we discuss are conveyed through this example. First of all, even when the object is yourself, even with respect to yourself, you can miss yourself. This is first thing. You can miss yourself. Now, when the leader was counting, who was missing for him? Himself. You can miss yourself. This is one truth. So, before the gentleman came, the 10th man was missing himself. And after the gentleman came and made the first statement, there is a 10th man, then what happened? Paroksha jnana. From this we understand, you can have paroksha jnana regarding yourself. Regarding your own self, you can have paroksha jnana. Even when you are very much evident. Now the 10th man is very much evident. Still there can be paroksha jnana. They knew the 10th man is there, but they don't know where the 10th man is. They don't have the direct knowledge of the 10th man. This is another idea conveyed through this example. Another important idea conveyed is that words can generate aparoksha jnana. Shabda can generate aparoksha jnana. Words, shabda, can be a means for a direct knowledge. Aparoksha jnana. Yeah. See, here there is a Purva Paksha. In Vedanta, there is often a Purva Paksha, an objection. See, for Brahman, what is the pramana? Vedanta Vakya. Words of Vedanta are pramana. If the words of Vedanta are pramana, then how can there be aparoksha jnana? Because words generate only paroksha jnana according to the Purva Pakshi. Shabda can produce only paroksha jnana. Because the Vedas, they reveal about Swarga, etc. There is Swarga. In Swarga, you can do like this. Swarge lokena bhayam kincha nasti. In Swarga loka, there is no fear. No fear at all. You don't have to worry about anything in Swarga. What will happen to me? Mosquito, snake, no fear. Na tatra tvam na jaraya vibheti. There you don't have old age and death. Ubhe tirtva shanaya pipase. There is no hunger and thirst also in Swarga. Shokatigo modate Swargaloke. In Swarga there is only enjoyment, enjoyment, enjoyment. Always enjoyment. Sometimes a dance. Immediately after dance there is a music program. Immediately after a music program there is a drama. Imagine such a situation. So, always enjoyment. The Shastra talks about such Swarga. As long as we are in this human body, our understanding of Swarga will be Paroksha Jnana. It is not Aparoksha Jnana. So the Shastra produces Paroksha Jnana of Swarga. It cannot produce Aparoksha Jnana of Swarga. It is true. No human being can experience Swarga. If we have to experience Swarga, we have to leave this body and go. And for that, one should do some good karma, perform special yajna, dana, tapas, etc. Then you can go to Swarga. It is a possibility. The Shastra reveals Swarga, but the Swarga will be only Paroksha Jnana. We will have only a Paroksha Jnana of the Swarga, not Aparoksha Jnana. The Shastra cannot show you a glimpse of Swarga now. Therefore, the Purvapakshi says, just like the Shastra produces Paroksha Jnana of the Swarga, the Shastra can also produce the Paroksha Jnana of Brahman also. It cannot produce Aparoksha Jnana. This is Purvapaksha. But then Siddhanti says, it is not so. Siddhanti means the Vedanta. Purvapaksha is the objection. One who raises the objection is Purvapaksha. Opposition party. Then we say, it is not so. Shabda produces only Paroksha Jnana. It is not always correct. In some cases, Shabda can produce only Paroksha Jnana. Like in the case of Swarga. But it is not so with respect to Brahman. With respect to Brahman, with respect to Paramatma, Shabda can produce Aparoksha Jnana also. Initially it will be Paroksha Jnana. Because what is our initial understanding? When we first come to Vedanta, our understanding is there is a Brahman. Just like in the example, Dashamaha Asti, there is a 10th man. In the same manner, there is a Brahman. Brahma Asti, Brahma hai. This is our understanding. There is a Brahman. Yeah. But then, as we expose ourselves, as we do more and more sadhana, our understanding changes. There is Brahman. From there we get into I am Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. The Brahman is myself. This is aparoksha jnana. Therefore, the pursuit of Vedanta should culminate in aparoksha jnana. Vedanta is meant for producing aparoksha jnana. Aham Brahmasmi. This is one of the differences between our Shastras and the other concepts of religion. If you look into any Western religious idea, what you have to know? There is a God. There is a God. That is it. You have to believe that there is a God. First of all, you cannot experience the God. There is no concept of realization of God. You have to believe there is a God. There it ends. Believe in the God and follow the commandments of the God. Then after death or during the day of judgment, the judgment will be delivered, whether you will go to heaven or hell, pass or fail. We had a result day earlier. After the annual exam, they would announce result. Yeah, who is pass and who is fail. For these people, they may not know such things, because everybody was passed. But in olden days, even in class 2, class 3 and all, people used to fail. Nowadays, up to 9th, up to 10th, there is no fail. Everybody has to be passed. Even if you score 0 marks. That is why the standard of education has gone down like anything. Earlier, matriculation means it had great value. Yeah. 10th was called matriculation in olden days. How much have you studied? Metric. Oh, metric pass. So, yeah. You have to just know that there is God. You cannot see God. And of course, you are not God. But it is not so in Vedanta. In Vedanta, just knowing that there is an Ishvara does not suffice. There is an Ishvara, and you can get the Sakshatkar. We have the idea of even the Saguna Sakshatkar, even the Saguna Brahma, one can experience. If you want to see Ishvara in any form, you can have the experience. For example, you want to see Rama, you can see Rama. many bhaktas had the vision. Their Ishtadevata came to them and gave darshan. It is possible. And above that, the Shastras talk about the Brahmajnana, which is an aparoksha. It culminates in the understanding you are the Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi. Aparoksha jnana. And the aparoksha jnana puts an end to samsara. Aparoksha jnana gives moksha. That is why the Shastras have such mantras which talk about Vidvad Anubhav. A jnani narrates his own aparoksha jnana. I have got this aparoksha jnana. I have understood that I am the Brahman. And you can get the same jnana. If you follow the right path, if you do the right sadhana, see, tam Ishwaranam paramam maheshwaram, tam, the Parameshwara, the Paramatma, Ishwaranam paramam maheshwaram, the greatest Lord of all the Ishwaras. There are many lords in the scheme of Srishti. In the Srishti, there are many Devatas. Ishwarana means Devatas. Vaivaswatayamadinam, not all Devatas, because Devatas will be told later on. There are certain important governors in the scheme of Srishti, like Yama. Every department is looked after by one special Devata, Yama or Kubera. They govern the scheme of Srishti. For all of them, Paramatma is the ultimate Lord. Even Yama is governed by the Paramatma. Tam Devatanam Paramancha Daivatam. He is the ultimate Lord of all the Devatas. Patinam Patim. Patinam means Prajapatinam. The Smritis and Puranas talk about certain Prajapatis. Prajapati is another position in the scheme of Srishti, like Daksha, etc. They are Prajapatis. Prajapatinam Patim. He is the Lord of all the Prajapatis. Parastat Paramam. He is greater than the Avyakrita. Maya, Parastat refers to Maya. He is greater than Maya also. Mayadhishaha, the Lord of Maya. Bhuvanesham, Lord of the Bhuvana, Lord of all the lokas. Idyam, Stutyam, he deserves our stuti. Paramatma deserves our praise. That is why we have stotra. What is a stotra? Stotra is praising the Ishvara. We have many stotras. Even Vishnu Sahasranama is a stotra. It is in praise of the Ishvara. Idyam, Stutyam, Devam, Vidama. The Brahmajnani says, we know that Deva. We know that Paramatma. Next mantra. न तस्य कार्यं करणं च विद्यते न तत्समश्च अभ्यधिकश्च दृश्यते परास्य शक्तिर् विविधैव श्रूयते स्वाभाविकी ज्ञानबलक्रिया च one should ultimately get the aparoksha jnana. How to get the aparoksha jnana? How to get the Brahma jnana? One should follow certain sadhanas. First of all, one should get the grace of Ishvara. Ishvaranugraha plays a very important role in attaining any success in the pursuit of moksha. How to get Ishvara's grace? We have to pray to Ishvara. First of all, one should follow the dharma as prescribed by Ishvara himself. Do all the actions as prescribed by the Shastra. Performing one's swadharma. Swadharma is very important. One should do one's duties as a husband, as a wife, as a son or daughter, as a mother or father. One has to do one's duties properly. It is also a part of Swadharma. In addition to it, the Shastra asks an individual to do certain actions, certain type of yajna. Yajna includes any type of ritual like Sandhyavandanam, etc. Not necessarily fire sacrifice. Even performing puja, chanting Vishnu Sahasranama, japa, all these are also yajna. Japa is also a type of yajna. One should do some japa regularly. Do you do japa? Yajnanam japayajñosmi. Japa is also a type of yajna. Danam. Dana is also important. One should give a substantial portion of one's earning or one's wealth. And tapas. Yajna, dana and tapas. Tapas includes leading a simple and austere life. Nowadays, people seek more and more comfort. But the tapas involves leading a simple life. Nowadays, everybody wants AC. Everybody wants very good, material luxury, various types of material luxury. Tapas involves leading a simple life. Let me not have unnecessary luxuries in my life. Because when we go for luxury, we become dependent on them. There was a time when people did not even have tap water. They had to pull water from the well. Some of you might have seen, at least in the villages. These youngsters will not understand.
Even in cities.
Yeah. So now we are accustomed to many material comfort. We cannot think of living without them. As we go for more and more comfort, like for example, people like Bhagwan Das ji will know, there was a time when there was no fan also. No fan. No electricity also. Then came fan. Once fan came, people cannot live without fan. Then came AC. Now even in a city like Bangalore, I have seen some people complaining if 10 minutes they don't have AC. Even in Bangalore, leave other places, leave Delhi or other places. 10 minutes there is no AC, they start complaining. So, tapas involves leading a simple life. and everybody need not go for a foreign holiday every year. Nowadays it has become another trend. Everyone has to go for a foreign trip every year. And enjoy. It is not meant for studies or anything. It is just for fun. And mostly it is not even for fun, it is just a pressure. Neighbor is going, so I should also go. In fact, I want to make a point here. In olden days, going abroad was not considered a good thing. It was in fact considered a papa.
Crossing the sea.
Crossing the borders of Bharata Varsha is a papa.
Swamiji's never used to.
Yeah. Not only Swamijis, even any other people also, Orthodox people were not ready to cross the border. Yeah, one may think it is a superstition, but it is. I don't think it's a superstition. They had a point. Nowadays, many people go abroad, and once they go abroad, the Western culture influences them. And to a large extent, to my knowledge, it leads to a spiritual degradation. One cannot practice one's swadharma. One cannot retain one's culture in the foreign countries. That is why, from the dharma point of view, from the spiritual point of view, at least in my personal view, I don't think it is a good thing to go abroad unnecessarily when you can avoid it at least. Of course, there may be some exceptions. Some people have to study something there, then they may have to go. In that case, it is well and good. Or some people may go for diplomacy or business. That's another thing. But just for material comfort, just for one's own ambition, if one goes to Western countries or any other country per se, is it good? One has to think about it. So, tapas means leading an austere life, a simple life. And it is not just meant for one or two sannyasis. I am saying this for everyone. If one has to grow spiritually, a simple life is important. Simple living, high thinking. Without simple living, high thinking does not happen. Generally, it does not happen. That is why one need not go for Swiggy and what's it called? Zomato. Always. Nowadays, every day people have to order from Swiggy, Zomato. In fact, the best way is to cook food ourselves. Swayam Paka. Eating any market food is not good, even from the spiritual point of view. I am not saying from the health point of view. Because ahara has its own doshas. I will discuss this some other time.
You have told it, Swamiji.
Yeah,
Yes, you have told it.
Yeah, I have told it in some other sessions. Yeah. So, yajna, dana, tapas. One has to do all these things. That is when the spiritual maturity happens. Without that, one cannot expect any growth in the spiritual process. Just listening to Vedanta a few days a week is not going to cause much change. Nowadays, people want everything with comfort, without any effort. If things happen, well and good. They don't want to leave their comfort zone. Let me sit in my house after eating idli sambar, sit in the AC, and online let me listen to some Vedanta. It is not going to cause much change. One has to lead a disciplined life, and one has to do the sadhana, and most importantly, bhakti, relating to the Ishvara. Developing a proximate relation with the Ishvara is a very important sadhana. That is why the Upanishad introduces the Ishvara. There is an Ishvara, and pray to Ishvara, relate to Ishvara, meditate on the Ishvara, then you will receive the grace of Ishvara. And with the grace of Ishvara, one can get the aparoksha jnana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.